Vans are a great solution for people who need to transport a lot of things but still want to use a relatively cheap and compact vehicle. Knowing some simple rules of the road will help keep you and everyone around you safe. So, we are going to watch about the how to drive a van.
Method 1. Getting ready to drive. First is adjust your seat and mirrors.
Some vans have extendable side mirrors designed for people carrying trailers. Move your seat until you can reach the pedals comfortably while still seeing all your mirrors.
Step 2. Familiarize yourself with the dashboard.
Most modern vans have similar dashboards to cars. However, the gauges and icons may look or be arranged differently. Keep an eye out for features specific to larger vehicles. Step 3. Load your cargo evenly and secure it with bungee cords. When packing multiple items, distribute weight as evenly as possible. To keep items from shifting during transit, hold them in place with bungee cords strapped to the van's interior hook holes.
Step 4. Stay under the weight limit.
If you're hauling cargo, make sure whatever you pack stays within your van's hauling limit. This will prevent potential auto damage and ensure the van drives correctly. This number is typically listed in your van's user manual.
Step 5. Acquire van insurance or certification if necessary.
If you are borrowing or renting a van, make sure you purchase temporary insurance. Depending on your area and the size of the van, you may need to apply for local or state certification before legally driving the vehicle. Finally, practice driving the van in empty parking lots and small streets. Take some time to practice your driving skills before actually heading out on the road. Empty parking lots and small, unoccupied streets are perfect places to test how the van accelerates, brakes, and turns without putting yourself and others in unnecessary danger.
Method 2. Driving safely.
First is drive with 2 hands firmly on the wheel. Keep your hands at the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock position. This is particularly important for vans because if you don't keep a firm grasp on the wheel, you could lose control of the vehicle.
Step 2. Leave extra space between you and other vehicles.
Vans are heavier and bulkier than normal cars, meaning they take longer to brake. To account for this, leave more space than normal between yourself and other cars. As a general rule, leave at least 4 seconds of distance between you and the car in front.
Step 3. Obey van-specific speed limits.
Your van may be subject to special speed restrictions different from the posted speed limit. In most cases, this will be 10 miles, 16 kilometers per hour lower than the max for standard cars. To see if an area you are traveling in enforces van-specific speed.
Step 4. Slow down more than normal when approaching turns.
Vans are tall and narrow, which means they're more prone to tipping over. Slow down to around 5 to 10 miles, 0 to 1 kilometer per hour before making sharp turns.
Step 5. Make wide turns.
Make sure your van is positioned in the left or rightmost lane, depending on which direction you need to turn. Then, make your turn, waiting until you are far enough into the intersection that your vehicle's back end won't hit other cars. Step 6. Check your mirrors before backing up or changing lanes. If necessary, get out of your van to check the surroundings before backing up. If your cargo van has a clear back window, turn your head and look through it to make sure there are no cars in your blind spot. Finally, be cautious before going under bridges and other low ledges. Vans are not as large as semi-trucks, but they are significantly taller than normal cars. Before going under a low ledge, check the clearance sign on top to see if your van is short enough to fit underneath. Do not go under ledges that are lower than your vehicle.
Method 3. Parking properly.
First is park in large, open spots and designated areas. Vans are typically longer than standard cars and require more room to park. When pulling into traditional parking lots, look for areas on the side of the lot where you can parallel park. Step 2. Back into parking spots to make getting out easier. Whenever possible, you should back into parking spots instead of pulling into them. To do this, pull in front of the parking spot, brake, and put your car in reverse.
Step 3. Parallel park.
Find a space large enough for your van and park next to the car in front of it. Then, put your van in reverse and release the brakes. When your side window is lined up with the car's back bumper, turn your steering wheel toward the parking space.
Finally, apply your parking brake.
To avoid damaging the vehicle, only apply the brake when the van is in park. Most parking brakes are controlled via a pedal below the steering wheel or a lever near the shift controls.
We hope it is useful to you. Please subscribe to our channel to upskill yourself.